If you've ever taken the time to look at Donald Trump's Twitter feed, then you probably understand that Donald Trump absolutely hates undocumented immigrants here in the United States. But if you go to look back at his businesses and his hiring practices, you'll actually see quite the opposite. Because as it turns out, Donald Trump absolutely loves undocumented immigrants when he can pay them super cheap rates to do labor without having to give them proper training, proper safety equipment, or anything that a regular citizen worker would require. According to newly released court documents, back in 1980, Donald Trump hired William Kaczynski and his group of about 200 undocumented Polish workers for a demolition project in New York City. He paid these workers $4 an hour. But the most egregious part is that he did not give them any safety equipment, did not give them any training, and most of these workers were required to work between 12 and 16 hours per day. And this is 12 to 16 hours of breaking up concrete floors, ripping out electrical wires, cutting pipes, and working with asbestos fibers. Donald Trump did not provide any kind of respirators for them, any kind of protective clothing, goggles, hard hats, nothing. And he paid them $4 an hour because he could, because they were undocumented workers. Ultimately, turns out William Kaczynski, the man who kind of ran this undocumented ring, didn't end up paying the employees, so they had to sue both Kaczynski and Donald Trump. Trump ended up settling for, about $1.375 million that he owed these undocumented workers, and successfully lobbied to keep these court documents sealed for more than 2 decades, up until last week. And that's when we learned what Donald Trump really thinks about undocumented immigrants here in the United States. He loves them when he can take advantage of them, when it works well for his business. But if they're coming over here just trying to seek a better life and maybe even a decent wage, no, we have to send those people back. We have to send them back super fast, right? But if he thinks he can get a little bit of cheap labor out of them, then sure, they can hang around for a while. According to the court documents, Donald Trump claims he had no idea these were undocumented workers. But according to his lawyer at the time, he had threatened these workers with deportation through his lawyer during the time they were working for him. So his little argument there fell completely flat. He knew he hired undocumented workers. He would threaten them with deportation if he didn't feel they were working hard enough. And he allowed them to be exposed to deadly situations, deadly substances like asbestos, without even giving any regard whatsoever for their safety, health, or well-being. That is the man that is President of the United States, and his practices as president are reflected in his past business practices. That's how he views the United States, right? All of us are expendable. But as long as we're working towards whatever goal it is he wants, then maybe he'll keep us around a little bit longer.